of a new generation.
Pull back, no punches.
This is results, the upcoming fights, and some news.
We're gonna jump right into it, like always. We're gonna start with the results. We got Fast Eddie Chambers winning by 5th round TKO over Livin, Castillo. Last video known as to be announced.
Basically, we already knew that this was gonna happen. They're trying to get Eddie Chambers back in the swing of things, and that's, you know, it's a good fight. He did what he had to do in that fight.
Definitely, and then we're gonna move on to another to be announced. Kassim Ouma versus Martinez Clay. He wins by 6th round TKO.
Again, another fight thrown in there in the mix to get these guys back and started and going. You know, but you know, strange things do happen in boxing, so it's a good thing that they did win, because it would be a shame if they lost.
I agree. We're gonna talk about some postponements. First of all, the Howard Eastman versus Andrew Sixer Lewis postponed to October 25th.
That's my birthday. That's what's up.
Happy beat. That's the present from them to you. We also talking about Arthur Abrams versus Raul Marquez being postponed to November 8th.
So sorry that the flu bug hit him, but it is what it is. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Don't go in there.
That's right. Ish happens.
So.
And now moving on to the fights from this past weekend, we had exciting fight cards. If you guys didn't catch the HBO had a tremendous fight card on Boxing After Dark.
Definitely.
Starting first with Sergio Martinez over Alex Bunema in the 8th round stop.
Yo, Sergio Martinez looked very impressive, you know.
Sergio Martinez, let me tell you, I like the kid. I like the whole Roy Jones, come back and I liked it all. I was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah. I was completely sold on this cat. I'm gonna reserve my opinion.
I'm not gonna lie, I liked it. I like what I saw. I like that was one of the stiffest jabs I've seen in a long time.
He had a very good stiff jab, no doubt.
I think he had he did what he had to do. Now, I'd like to see him against some contenders in the 154 division.
And that's why I hold my reservations. I think the guy, he beat. To me, Alex Bunema was a good fighter. Don't get it twisted, but I think he's a C fighter, maybe B. And I would like to see him
exactly, but that's what the thing was.
But he did what he needed to do.
He was a C fighter that he made look like a failing fighter, an F fighter.
I mean, he did. He made him look amateurish. I mean, that was very good on Martinez's side. He's got very good reflexes, very quick
hands.
A nice jab. He's got a hell of a jab. I give him that. But I'm gonna reserve my opinions.
I don't know. There's just guys that
you're sold.
You see them in one fight, you see the way they act, and you just like them. I like that he's aggressive. I like that he's got that stiff jab. I like that he moves around the ring. I just like him.
I want to see video footage of him losing Margarito. I want to see how him and Margarito mixed it up, because I mean he does have a loss to Margarito, but that's the only loss. So I would like to see video footage of that.
I agree.
But we'll see. He's a tough kid.
Next, moving to the next fight on that same card. It was Alfredo Angulo versus Andrey Tsurkan. I know I'm killing his name, but he won by TKO in the 10th round.
He was very consistency. That's what I want to say about Angulo. Angulo is very consistent in what he does. It was funny that he said, "This is Angulo,
yeah, they
this
said
is Margarito.
Pure Margarito down here."
So,
Angulo is like the second coming of Margarito. That's all. He's just a younger version. Oh my God, he got the same pressure style, same moving forward at you the whole time, punching the guy. I mean, if you like Margarito, you're going to like this guy. And
he was a sparring partner of Margarito for years, so I mean, that's
definitely
probably a style.
A good guy to watch, definitely rising star. I thought he should have put Andrey away a little. I thought he should have put him away earlier. I thought after the first round, it probably could have been a wrap.
Yeah, he definitely
after he hurt him in the first round, but it is what it is. He comes out with the TKO in the 12th and the 10th round. Next fight on that same card was yourikis Gamboa versus Marquez Ramirez. KO in the 2nd round for Gamboa. Knowledge. What are your thoughts on that fight?
Yo, Gamboa. I think all right. Let's start a couple different things. Who is that referee? What's his damn name?
Cantu.
We're gonna call your ass out, cause that 9-10, that shit don't fly with me, man.
6, 7, 8.
What is that? I was like, well, come on. That kid, Delgado El Flaco, he was doing good, man. He even had yourikis Gamboa rocked in the first round. All he needed to do was keep that jab, man. Keep him at bay. You had the longer reach, man. And Gamboa, what can you say about Gamboa? He's impressive. He's very powerful. He's quick. He's explosive. But anybody taking this kid deep in the late rounds, I would like to see how he reacts then. And Delgado, nothing taken away from
Ramirez.
Ramirez, excuse me. the dude, he was good. He was a good fighter. Definitely had the reach again, and I was impressed by him. Even though we didn't see too much of this kid, what do you think about that?
This is another one of those guys that I jumped. I was quick to jump on Tim Bradley. I was quick to jump on Sergio Martinez. This guy could be another one of those guys that I could work my way to liking as well. What he showed when he does punch, he's got a little bit of power. He rocked Gamboa a couple times in that fight. One was, of course, that punch that was the elbow. But at the end of that round, he did catch him with a hook that staggered him. And before that elbow hook thing that he threw, he had staggered him again. So I think as far as packaging goes, if he would have just used his jab, he could have done something. Gamboa, I like Gamboa a lot. I'm not going to take nothing away from him. I like the explosive. I just like guys that go in there and fight. And that's what he does. He goes in there. And it's either you knock him out or he knocks you out. And if you get the best of him, he's gonna come back and 10 times worse on you.
Exactly.
So I love that. That's a fighter that goes in and just balls to the wall. Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
I love it. But like Knowledge says, the guy that goes in there with a game plan to jab him for 5 to 6 rounds, tire him out,
take him deep,
I think we might see a different side of Gamboa we don't want to see yet. So I'm glad that they're not rushing him. The guys over here, they were talking on HBO? HBO was talking, he's great, da-da-da. They were talking about pushing him faster. No, I think they need to push him slower, actually. I think they need to take his time with him.
Get him some rounds.
Yeah, get him some rounds.
Such a long amateurish round. Long amateur round. And, as the HBO guys were talking about, that style doesn't carry well into the pros. And we all know that. Any boxing fan knows that amateur style does not fit in the professional style. And that's always been the downfall of the Cuban guys. Always, because they're great amateurs. Most of them win all the Olympic medals, but when they go into the pros, if they get to the pros, the effect, they just don't carry. They don't carry over to be great. So I think the progression that he's at right now, is doable, definitely.
So that's what we feel on that. Other than that, great boxing card there. Moving it to Puerto Rico now, where we had Top Rank had their pay-per-view with starring Juan Lopez versus Ceasr Figuroa. I didn't watch the Pollo fight. I didn't watch the Carita Lopez fight. I couldn't miss the Juan Lopez fight.
He's
what can you say? It was a 2-punch knockout.
Dougie Fisher, these guys, man, they were like, if a star wasn't born with De Leon, he is born. Man, that guy's been born long ago. We Puerto Ricans already knew about this cat. Believe me, Don Pa's father's been swinging on this cat for years. But, he's very destructive. He's a destructive fighter. He catches you, he's going to catch you. We've seen that in the last 2 fights. And I want to see him step it up. I want to see him go against Marquez. I want to see him against Vasquez. That right there would, legitimize him to me. Or even, Celestino. These guys, the top guys.
I agree. I think that he needs to start looking for those bigger names. And it's not that he's not calling them out, because he's calling them out. He's saying the right things. He's out there. I want Israel Vasquez. I want Marquez. He's asking for the big fights. I don't know if it's Top Rank that's saying, calm down, boy. Chill out. We need we need to make some more money off of you before we throw you to the wolves. Or if it's, what it is, that he just can't get those fights. Yeah. If those fights can't happen, those fights can't materialize, I think there are some other good fights out there for him. I think that a fight with Ray Bautista would be pretty good. I think that a fight with La Cierva, if you guys don't know who that was the guy, I believe not the last time that Celestino fought, but the time before that. I think his name is Jorge La Cierva. Mm-hmm. He fights under Nacho Bernstein. I think
he was a really tough cat. He gave a lot of problems to Celestino.
I think he's a gritty guy that would test him, definitely. And that would show, can we take him to that Marquez or can we take him to Israel Vasquez? So we'll see what goes on down the line.
I think a lot of people will say that Bautista get knocked out in the first round by De Leon, and then.
But you can never judge. You can never say, he lost to so-and-so in the first round, so he can beat him, because then you're going to go into this mix. Vernon Forrest beat the bricks off of Shane Mosley, but then he got knocked out by Mayorga. But then wait, Mayorga got knocked out by Shane Mosley. So you can never go off that he beat who and who beat who, because it doesn't work that way. It's
not in boxing, definitely not in boxing.
As long as you got 2 of these, it's not happening.
That's right.
Moving along, we're going to go to upcoming fights. We got Antonio Tarver versus Chad Dawson. Awesome Dawson. What do you think of that?
Bad Chad, awesome Dawson. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people. I got mixed feelings about this fight.
You got mixed feelings? Well, I'll tell you what. I don't. I want Chad Dawson to beat the bricks of Antonio Tarver. I'm tired of Antonio Tarver. I'm sorry. I've got to put it out there. I don't think he's taken boxing seriously since Roy Jones' fight.
Yeah. You know, the thing about it is that Dawson's chin has been exposed. And I'm wondering if, at this point in time, will Tarver take him? Would he go after him and try? Because Tarver has a punch. Let's be real about it.
Tarver has a punch, but lately he's been on cruise control. It's like,
it's true. Maybe he's so super studded that, I'm the greatest at 175. But this young cat here is going to test him, and I think he knows that. So I think I got mixed feelings with Bad Chad's chin, and I got feelings with, the dedication of Antonio Tarver. But I don't know. This fight's coming up. I want to say, the future was set with Dawson. That's what I want to say. But nothing is set in stone. You know what I'm saying? And I think, Antonio Tarver, if he gets a good punch in there, it could be lights out for Dawson.
And if Dawson gets a good punch in there, it could be lights out for Tarver.
It could be.
I'm going for awesome Dawson.
I'm going for Dawson.
I want in with the new, out with the old.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how I think it's going to be. But you can never count Antonio Tarver out. That's the magic, man. He pull out some magic sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. That's the magic, man.
So.
All right, moving on. We got the only other fight happening this weekend already.
It's in the heavyweight division. Samuel Peter versus
Vitali Klitschko.
Boy, you crazy. All right, well, you know how y'all feel about this fight. Honestly, I like Klitschko in this fight. The only problem with me going with Klitschko is that he hasn't fought in such a long time. I don't know how much ring rust is going to be there. I don't know if his body's going to be able to hold out because he's so injury prone right now. He's been injured. His knee was injured. His back was injured. Everything was injured. So I don't feel comfortable saying, oh man, Klitschko's going to knock this fool out. But if an old Klitschko comes in there, the one that fought Lennox and the one that's fought before, it's very dangerous for Samuel Peters because Samuel Peters' chin was tested by Jamil McCline. And Jamil McCline didn't have, I guess, the aggression to go in there and finish him off. Whereas Vitali, if he smells blood, it's on. It's over.
I'm gonna have to agree with Knowledge on this one. Vitali Klitschko, it all depends which Vitali comes to play. If you got the old Vitali, that's just
a beast.
A beast. He's just a heavyweight beast. And he was better than his brother. And
skills wise, I always thought that Vladimir was
technical, but he's got the aggression and power.
It was always Vitali.
So
definitely.
that's why I thought he was a lot better. So if he comes in with all that old aggression and power and just comes in straight for Peter, it's gonna be a long night for Peter. But then at the same time, you can't count Peter out because Peter fought his brother Klitschko. He put him on his ass a couple times too.
3 times in that fight. He was just outboxing that fight. I mean, and I think that Peter is improved since that fight. He got caught with Jamil. I think he got over anxious. He got caught, and somehow he pulled it out. Somehow he recovered. And I mean, that's the heart of a champion. You can never count out Peter. He's got a heart of a champion.
So this is my fight for this one. I say it's a toss-up. I'm not gonna even pick because I think either or could win. I think this is one of those true either or could win fights.
But you gotta pick somebody. I'm not gonna cop out like that.
It's not a cop out.
Pick a fight.
It's not a cop out. It's not a cop out.
I'm going Klitschko, goddammit. What you got?
Hold on. Tell Vitali had Samuel Peter. It landed sideways.
Whatever, man.
Nobody.
Man, pick somebody. Pablo, pick somebody. Who you got? Right now, right here. Put it on the line.
I'm going to have to say...
Put it. Come on.
You going for Klitschko?
I'm going for Klitschko.
Then I'll go for Peter.
You go for Peter. All right, so be it. It is what it is.
Going for the news.
Let's go with the news, baby. Come on.
We got Nate Campbell is now a free agent, apparently away from Don King Promotions.
Don King, I mean, I don't know why this happens.
I'm going to say that. Hold on. Before we get into it, I'm going to say we're going to reserve this one until after we talk to the champ.
I think we should do that. I think we should wait.
We'll get the scoop, and if we can, we'll put it on video so he can give you guys exactly what he has to say about this one.
Straight from the mouth of the champion.
Moving on to the next one. Kelly Pavlik supposedly injured his elbow during training 10 days ago.
What do you think about that?
I think it's bullshit. If you injured your elbow, You need to pull out the fight or postpone it. Because if you lose, or Bernard punches you in that elbow, all of a sudden, oh, my elbow is broken. Oh, my elbow. Oh, this. No, I hate when people throw out these cop-outs early in the fight. Because Bernard is definitely, he's going to beat him with or without the injury.
Yo, he's a muggler, man. He'll go in there and he's going to mug you if he can. He is probably the dirtiest but technical fighter out of the dirty fighters you'll ever get. This guy knows the ins, the outs, all the tricks of the trade. And to be honest, I never liked Bernard fighting. His whole career, I never liked him. But you know what? You got to give him his due. As much as you want to hate him, as much as I hate watching him, what he does like no other fighter. And if Kelly Pavlik goes in there, oh, my elbows, he is going to expose that elbow. He is going to go in there. He's going to mug this cat. He's going to maul him like a little old lady. And I'm telling you, and we said it before many times. This fight coming up, when is this fight? We're going to talk more about this fight when it's actually coming up. But I just want to say, I hope this is not an excuse by Pavlik's camp, just in case he loses. You know what I'm saying? I hate that.
Not in case. When? He's going to lose. He's going to lose. I know you guys don't like it. You Pavlik. I know you guys like Pavlik. You Pavlik fans, I'm sorry for you guys. This is just one. Y'all just going to have to take it in the chin and wait for him to come back down to 160 where he can dominate. Because at 170 against Bernard Hopkins, it's not happening.
I think Pavlik has a good chance, but just the style. When styles make fight, it's always the cliche. Styles make fight, and Hopkins got that style.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
I'm sorry, it's not happening.
But we'll talk more.
Related news, we got Luis Collazo is now the mandatory for Andrey Berto.
I think it's a good fight for Berto and Collazo as well. I mean, Collazo just doesn't get the credit that he deserves. I think he's a very good technical fighter. He's a southpaw. He's a very difficult style for many fighters. I mean, I thought he won the Hatton fight long ago. He was very. Sorry, UK fans, but I'm agree with knowledge of this. I thought he beat Hatton. And as far as the Mosley fight, whether that thumb was an issue or not, I thought Mosley won that fight clear as day. But he gave Mosley his trouble. And I think that if Berto is the real thing, a lot of people want to say he is the real thing. I'm not sold on Berto for whatever reason. I'm still not sold on him. This is a good fight for Berto to see where he stands in the division.
I agree. This is, and I'm putting it out there because it's not that I hate Berto. Like I'm with knowledge. I'm just not sold on him yet.
I'm not sold on him.
I don't think he's really fought a top 10 welterweight yet.
He hasn't. That's why I'm not sold on him.
And Luis Collazo is definitely a top 10, if not top 5 in some people's list. Yeah. So this would be definitely a good fight.
It's a measuring stick. This is definitely.
And it will let everybody know in the division exactly where Andrey Berto stands.
Yeah, this is definitely a litmus paper type of test. You know what I'm saying? It's going to let you know exactly where Berto is. Berto got power. He's got speed. He's got skill. I think he gets hit too much. I think he lacks in the defensive skills. But, is he a real deal? This is going to be the fight. This is the measuring stick.
And the last bit of news, Sergio Martinez with that impressive performance over Alex Bunema is now the #1 contender to Vernon Forrest.
I think that again, see, he is sold on Sergio Martinez. I'm not just yet, but I think if he definitely pulls a win over Forrest, that's the real deal. What do you think about that? I think that's the real deal.
I think it's probably one of the best fights that can be made at 154 right now.
It's probably one of the best fights.
I think the 3 people at 154 to watch right now are Martinez, Forrest, and Santos.
Baby.
Those are the 3 you got to watch. Don't be fooled by no Vernon. What's his name? Phillips.
Vince Phillips?
Vernon Phillips, I think.
Vernon Phillips?
I don't know.
Those guys, they've always been there. They've been around the block.
They've been around the block, but I don't think they pose a real threat to anybody in that division.
There's always a threat in boxing, though. You can't say that.
I guess not. I guess. Maybe it's just me being a little hater right now. It comes out. I shine from time to time. Anyways, you got any other news you want to talk about? Did you want to mix anything else in there? Anything we forgot?
Not really. We straight, right?
You didn't want to talk about Manny Pacquiao versus De La Hoya, like half of the world?
Nah, man.
How about Zab Judah moving back down to 140?
Nah. I think that was probably one of his better divisions, but even so,
At 140, man, Zab, you ain't got nothing. You ain't super, you ain't nothing. I'm going to put it out there. You go to 140, you going to get your blocked off by Bradley. Bradley will put you right back on your ass and send you right back to 147.
I think Bradley's very formidable.
You know what?
Very
I even
tight.
think Torres can put you back to 147. And I think Holt will send you back to 147.
Torres and Holt, they're all.
How you like them cookies?
I think they're all dangerous fighters. I mean, but I think Zab, you know,
How you like them cookies? Tell me, what is he gonna do to them three? Nothing.
I reserve it until we get to that.
You know what? I might even take this a step up more. I'm gonna escalate it. Now that we're talking about Zab Judah. At 140, Malignaggi will outbox you too. Not only that, Ricky Hatton will put you on your ass too. How's that?
I don't know about Ricky Hatton.
How's that? I just named 6 people. All 6 of them will whip his ass.
I don't know.
He's not so super Zab Judah. How's that?
Well, I mean, I think you're hating right now. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere because that's what you always do anyways. Pablo's such a hater, man. I think Zab has got the skill, the speed, the power. He ain't got no heart. That's the problem with Zab. I mean, if he had heart, if he had will, then I think he would be a complete fighter. But because of those two things, there's always a question mark. And he's always falling short every time he stepped up to the plate. I always said it. You could watch from the very first episode that Pound for Pound Boxing said, the super underachiever. That's what I always named Zab Judah from the very. You could watch the very first episode I think of this show, and you will see when I said that. Because I always said that between, you know, there's a dream fight between Camacho Jr. and Zab Judah, and I was like, this is the super underachievers bout, and I always feel the same way about it. But anyways,
Zab, if you're watching this, man, take it as motivation. Motivation by way of hate. You know, star Buck Wild Star. Anything else?
That's it, man. Let's wrap it up.
We gonna wrap it up then. Thank you guys for watching the show.
As always.
If you like what you see, subscribe. If you don't, leave us a comment. Tell us why you don't like us. Not like we give a shit anyways.
I always give a shit. I love my fans.
No,
man.
I said if you don't like us.
Oh, if you don't like us, yeah. Hate on us. Yo, just like what's the Cat Williams said, if there's 20 haters, I'm working on the next 5 haters. So be it.
Applaud this man. Applaud this man for wanting haters. Yeah. Damn it, applaud you for wanting haters. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is Pound for Pound Boxing.
The voice of a new generation.
Where we pull back, no punches.